right. I'm your captain, Chris, and we're gonna take a little journey on the ocean waves of emotion that is Cancer. Um, I put this on again. It's like I like to kind of sometimes match what I'm wearing with what I'm talking about. So this is kind of as close as I get to kind of like being on the sea or something like that. It's super fun shirt. I love it. Um, but yeah, Cancer, the crab. I can't really do a crab, but maybe like this. Um, so it's Cancer season. That's why I'm talking about this, and a lot of it has to do with emotions and feelings, and so just want to talk about that a bit. It also has to do with the moon, and the fourth house, with astrology. So all of these kind of combine with these energies. And, the crab, we're thinking about, lives in the ocean and it has, 10 legs, to feel with, and it lives in a little cave in the depths of the sea, and has protective gear, has its own little house, kind of like you can say kind of the same with like a turtle, But there's a lot of things that we can take away from that, There's safety, feeling safe and protected, and and being in the ocean has a lot to do with emotions, creativity too. But with this, we're talking more about emotions and uh, the feminine, and also the mother archetype. A mother is you know a nurturer, loving, compassionate. And this archetype talk is about of being somewhere that makes you feel safe, kind of cuddly and touchy and feely, and emotional, dealing with emotion, um, and the moon has all of these aspects in there too. So it also has to do with our, if we're talking about like water in the depths of the sea, and we're talking about our subconscious patterns too. I grew up by the sea. I grew up in Maine, Massachusetts, the New England areas. So um, you know it brings up the past. That's another thing with um, Cancer and the moon, and is the past, has to do with that. Okay, it also has to do with home, your physical home and home life, and it has to do with even like having empathy towards others, picking up on other people's vibes. It's really understanding your own emotional vibe and being more conscious of it, but also being conscious of others too and how they're feeling. Okay, that's Cancer too. So a lot of people with Sun and Cancer, born with that sign, are very caring people and give help, mothering, you know, um, stuff like that. Okay, and so we also want to be very concerned about people that have a lot of Cancer energy. They don't necessarily have to be Cancer suns, but a lot of people that have Cancer energy can be giving and helping other people, mothering so much towards others that they're not doing as much for themselves. It's kind of like a Libra energy. We're putting out more than kind of dealing with your own needs and your own emotions and stuff like that. So there's a balance there that people with that energy, a lot of that energy, have to kind of learn, you know. And there's also the balance of the opposite sign, If you have a lot of these energies, Cancer energies, then balancing out with the 10th house Saturn and Capricorn energies, you know, being more mature about it, and fathering, mothering, or in this case, like mothering, parenting yourself, stuff like that. Um, so, yeah, feeling familiar, safe, you know, feeling safe. It's not. Most of us don't like sharing our feelings and emotions. I want to talk about. I talk about this more in detail in the blog, but it's like, you know, women are more naturally into feeling their, you know, emotions. They're, you know, they're natural, you know, emotional beings, and so, you know, for men, I talk about this too in the blog. Is it's just it's a different story. We're more, you know, here than we are here. And when it comes to, you know, our emotions or feeling them, and I don't think that, you know, boys are brought up in a positive, most of us, to be expressing ourselves or being conscious of our feelings and expressing them in positive ways, you know. And so you get, you know, because it's not masculine to show your emotions, right? Or, you know, these all these things that we're brought up with in society, blah, 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 that is like, you know, suppressing that sort of thing, for boys, growing up. And so I think that I feel hopefully in this day and age, and as we go on, that maybe that's going to change in some way, but it depends on the parent, really. You know, that's where it all kind of is taught and learned from. um, so, you know, suppression of feelings can be felt in our bodies in like really bad ways, and it could lead to being sick in our bodies in some way. And so there are healthy ways to express our emotions and to work them through. And I feel that with for women, it's an easier thing, more natural thing to be done. Where men, it's not. Okay. No one wants to be vulnerable, men or women, right? Boys or girls. That's a difficult thing, you know. And how we're brought up as kids conditions us how we are when we're adults. Okay, how our parents were with us conditions kind of how we can be in the world, you know, later in life, you know, different lessons for each of us in regards to that. Okay, and a lot of these things can be projected, you know, or, onto other people when we're not dealing with, you know, childhood wounds and stuff like that properly, or maybe they're subconscious. That's the thing. So like a lot of the things that we do as adults can be subconscious, kind of impulsive, familiar. This is how it's been done. This is how I do it. This is what feels right because I've been brought up this way. And so, um, especially great thing about astrology is that, you know, being more conscious of our nature that we were brought up with can be very, very helpful for us to be growing from. So there's a lot that we can learn from Cancer energy. Doesn't matter if you're a Cancer sun. Okay, we all have Cancer in our birth chart, and so it's, kind of seeing where that is, bringing that into our life. Okay, it's raining outside right now. It's really cool. So we're bringing that water energy in, you know, right now, you know. So, that's really awesome. Check out the blog and what I have to say about that. I also talk about meditation, and how, we bring this acknowledgement of how we feel presently and dealing with how, you know, to deal with those emotions. I think that for a lot of us, we need practice in feeling our emotions. We, you know, for women it's easier, right? For men, not so much. I'm just speaking from like my personal perspective as a guy. But, you know, I'm trying to share and work things out, in ways that I feel is necessary to talk about, and, that's just kind of part of what I do. And, so hopefully some of this will be of help to somebody, or bring things up in a new light. It's kind of a really cool thing. So bring things up to the surface, you know. that's about all. Enjoy it. Peace. Love. Right?